professional experience. Just let you spend a few seconds looking at some of our industry partners. As you can see, we've got a lot of the top names in the IT industry in Victoria on board. We have people from interstate wanting to have our Monash students, and we do have some agreements with that, but mainly they're Victorian-based. We are looking at international and interstate placements. The good news for our students is currently we have a waiting list of partners who are desperate to get into the program. So that's a great place for Monash to be in. So what is a Monash IBL placement? So firstly, it is a full-time, scholarship-based 6-month placement for our students. Depending on your degree, depending on your major, you could do 1 or 2 placements. The vast majority do 1. The great news is it's not a sandwich year. It's not something that adds to your degree. It's actually incorporated into your degree. So when you do your placement, it actually counts towards your degree. So that's very exciting. You don't have to stay an extra year. It is a very important part of your degree. It's available to each and every one of our students. So whether you're domestic or international, you can apply for the IBL program. And that's something, again, we're very proud of. Now, one of the things that students often ask me is, what sort of work do I do? You know, do I have to make coffee? Do I have to do the photocopying? You know, no. You can come and do that for me if you like. I'd be really appreciative of that. But when you go out to work, you are treated like a graduate. And I'm often quite astounded because I teach the students in second year. And, you know, I kind of know them and I think, oh, are they going to be okay? I don't ask myself that question anymore because I get an opportunity to see these students at the end of their placement doing their presentations. And I am blown away by what they achieve and what the industry partners tell us. Most of our students get outstanding or very good as their placement result. So these are students who've gone into industry as part of their degree and are doing brilliantly. So again, we're very, very proud of that. And when I see them at the end, you know, I have to say, I can't believe what you've achieved in that short space of time. So what are the benefits of an industry-based learning placement? Is it something that we can do within Monash? And we do. We prepare our students in a great way. You know, we encourage them to do teamwork during their degrees. We develop their communications and so on, their communication skills. But at the end of the day, we cannot provide a real-world working environment. Our industry experience projects, our industry-based learning placements, the MIghty program, they do actually allow our students to experience what it is like to do real work for a real-world client, to communicate with a real client, to work under pressure, to meet time deadlines, to come to work on time, to put away their phones for more than 5 seconds or a few hours even. Very challenging. And so in this environment, they really do develop their soft skills. What happens with a lot of our students too is the IT career options are amazing. John would have spoken about the amazing opportunities that you have. And when you do an IBL placement, you get to see some of these in action. And for many students, it helps clarifies what they want to do. And sometimes it may be telling you, oh no, I absolutely do not want to do this. And most times it tells them, I absolutely love this. I would like to do this. Most of our industry partners give our students a range of opportunities during their placements, so they get a chance to experience things. There are extraordinarily good employment outcomes out of the IBL placement program. Most of our students get job offers very early in the piece. So after they've done their placements, often in the middle of it, industry partners would have employed them. Often they'll get many job offers because the IBL brand is very strong, and our industry partners may have 2 or 3 students on placement, but they may actually want 10 new graduates, and they always want to grab Monash IT students. Now, 70 to 80% of our IBL students are employed by our industry partners. We've had that statistics pretty much for the program's life. So what that tells us very strongly is industry are working with our students and they love them. They're employing them. They've actually had that try before you buy model and they are buying. Now those other 20% of students are of course getting jobs, but they may be going to, or they are going to people who are not our industry partners. Now that is a big disadvantage of IBL. Now for the, who likes doing that? John, did you raise your hand? Yes. For those of you who are going to be doing IBL, you can't do that, guys, sorry. You got to get up, you got to put on your suit or your clothes, whatever it is. You got to look good, you got to go into work and work hard and come back. I had a few of our IBL students recently coming to uni after work because they were doing some presentations for me. It was quite funny because they're like, we're so tired, we're so exhausted. Yeah, that's because you're working. Uni and school for you guys, best time of your life. I know you're doing your VCE possibly or year 10, 11. Enjoy every second. When you work, you will only have 4 weeks leave. For the rest of that 48 weeks, you will suffer every single day.
Thank you so much.
No, almost every single day, no. But it is wonderful. Uni, school, best time of your life, you know. It's all downhill after that, no.
Jesus Christ.
That's it, you're ruined. We're joking, don't panic, it will be nice. He's not surprised, I like that. So how do you get in? You know, one of the questions we often ask is this a very elite program? You know, you're carrying on about it, but do 3 students get in? You know, what are the opportunities really for the students? So the good news is that it is not an elite program. By being a Monash IT student, our industry partners know that you are good. Yeah? I mean, to get into Monash, you have to be a good student. So they know that you're going to be reasonable, but needless to say, they don't want the student who has failed everything, yeah, to work in their company. So it has got some hurdles. The first is an academic hurdle, but it's not a very high hurdle. It's not looking for those A+ students. You know, that's great if you've got that, but they're looking for really good, well-rounded students. So that's the first thing. So it's just a 65, 70. It varies from year to year. So that's around the C in terms of your school grading systems. Okay? So that's number one. So you need to meet that academic hurdle. So when you come to uni, you know, we really at the faculty believe very strongly in making sure that we help you transition well. But you can't afford to really have a semester off and say, uni, I'm going to just relax and fail everything. Who cares? Well, that's fine. We'll help you recover, but you wouldn't be eligible for the IBL program. So you really need to start right up front. To be successful also, you must have a few skills that make you suitable for the workplace. So you need to have reasonable communication skills. When the IBL interviewer asks you, now why would you like to do the IBL program? You can't say money. Or I can't be bothered studying, you know, I really prefer to come to work, it'll be fun. You've got to be reasonable. So what they're looking for in that first IBL professionalism interview is that you are ready for work. Now some students may have high distinctions, A+ across everything, but they may not be quite ready yet. So that's the next hurdle. And finally, we have our placement interviews. So what happens there is our industry partners tell us which students they want to see, and it's not a particular student, but they may say, for our particular company, we want to see all the information technology students, or we may want to see just the computer science. A lot of them tell us they want to see all the students who are available for an IBL placement. Okay, now you may be asking, how much is that? What's the number? This year, just thinking now, 90, 120, we will have placed 220 students. Okay, so that is not a small number. That's a good number of students who are getting an IBL placement. So our industry partners come, they interview the students, and they tell us whether you're highly suitable, perfect for a placement with them, or not suitable. They cannot tell us we want little Johnny, little Jane, little Jack, none of that. They just give us a preference. We have a great allocation system created by one of our PhD students that does an automated allocation. Our students don't have a say. I know a lot of you will ask that. Can I get to choose a partner? We believe all our partners offer a fantastic educational experience. And we find that our students tend to just pick the big names if they've got a choice because that's all they know. And that we would end up not placing everybody. The other good statistic is when our students rate their experience, again, over 95% rate their experience as excellent. So we know that from both sides of the equation that this is working. So what happens once you get placed? Now, I already mentioned that briefly. You don't get to, sit there and just observe people. You will get your hands dirty. You will be on projects. You will be doing real work. You will be given a mentor and a supervisor. You will be inducted into the organization. You will have Monash academics visiting you throughout that placement. They come out 3 times. We assess the placement. We assess how you're going on the placement. Most of our students get distinctions and high distinctions because they do so well. We make sure that you're well at the start and you're settled in well and you've got a good body of work. Then we check how you're going with that work. We highlight areas for improvement together with your supervisor so that you are on an upward trajectory. And finally, then, we celebrate what you have achieved with the presentation and the final visit, looking at your legacy at that organization. So it's something, again, that we are incredibly proud of because we make sure that our students have a reasonable experience. We don't just leave them there. And we're very mindful that if there are any problems at all, that we deal with them with our industry partner immediately. Our students are our number 1 priority. So to end then with our IBL program, I thought the best way is to leave you with a few quotes from our students. I'll give you a few seconds to read them. It develops our students' confidence. They do graduate work. And from the words of our students, it's something that they would definitely recommend that you do. Now, with our program, I mentioned briefly that as a faculty, it's very, very important to us that we have a strong community, and from day 1, that our new students are settled and welcomed into the community. Our faculty has a peer mentor program where our IBL students form the basis of the peer mentors who look after our new students. You will be allocated a peer mentor. They'll induct you into the Monash ways, the faculty ways. We have lots of fun social events. That's just a little sample. So you get to come to movie night. You get to play and have great fun at trivia night. We have dodgeball. We had stupid games night recently. It's very funny, very strange. Mexican fiestas, lots of free food. The main purpose, though, is not that in itself, but what it does is it helps you make friends. We know that it can be really daunting in that first semester. You come from a school where you know everyone, you've studied with them for 6 years, and then suddenly you're in this great big place. We want you to feel a very strong part of our community. We want you to feel part of the Monash FIT family forever. And we do that right from day 1. Industry engagement is very important to us as well. As we said at the start, to become a wonderful IT professional and have a great career, you need much more than just those great tech skills. We make sure that we offer special workshops with our industry partners. We have guest lectures. We have an amazing newsletter where we advertise all opportunities that industry give us, so you can get part-time jobs. And we have career seminars. So when you're ready to get to that final place, you will have a CV. You'll know how to do an interview. You will have a great LinkedIn profile. So you're ready for that next stage. So finally then, we hope you join us in the Faculty of IT. It is a fantastic faculty. I've been here for a long time and I love my job. Every single day I wake up and I think I am so lucky to be part of this community and to do something that I love. And our students really love being here. So when you go outside, have a chat to them. A lot of them are our IBL students and our peer mentors. We don't tell them what to say. You'll get to know exactly what we're like from them. And I do hope that you do join us and enjoy being with us. Now, where do you find more information? This is very quick, just to give you a little taster of what our industry experience in our FITE degrees is like. But you can find further information on our website under Future Students. You can find detailed information about the IBL program there. But if you want to contact any of us about our industry experience projects, there is the FIT-IBL at monash.edu website email address. Please do not hesitate to contact us and we can provide further information. I'm also available to ask any questions after this, but I'll now open the floor to all of you and questions. Anything at all, don't be embarrassed. Thank you. Do you get paid? You do get paid. We have a scholarship. Sorry, you don't get paid for work, but you do get a scholarship of $18,000 during that time. So yes, you get paid. But for the tax office, from the tax office's perspective, at the moment, it's not payment, it's a scholarship, and that's what it is.
So it's okay if you do it for the money, is it right?
No. So a very important question here, is it okay if you do it for the money? If you go to an interview and say, I am doing it for the money, you will not be employed. So you've got to have really great EQ to not say that in the interview, if that's the only reason you're doing it. So no, the answer is no. Yes, you can. So that's really important. Can you do the IBL program if you're doing a double degree? Yes, you can. You can only fit in one placement. No, it isn't. So the results for the students for that is an actual grade, and they are assessed in combination with a body of work they do during that time they're on placement, associated with their placement. And they're assessed by both their supervisors and the Monash academics who visit. And that's what I mean, you may have missed that, but I said that most of them get a distinction and a high distinction. No, there is no maximum that can apply for the IBL program, but what we always say to our students is we do not guarantee an IBL placement. Saying that, in our 30 years, we have always placed every IBL student. However, if we have a global financial crisis or Donald Trump visits and says something and all our businesses say no IBL placement, we can't guarantee that. But historically, we have been able to place every student. This is a little bit of a funny one because the students with double degrees all apply at different times. So it's very hard to get a sense of how many that cohort represents. But we think about 30% approximately of the total number of students. But of the ones that actually apply, so not all students apply. They choose not to for whatever reason. Of the ones that apply, it's about 60 to 70% that get through.
Is it something that you apply in your second year, or is it just the beginning that you have to apply?
Great question. So for our single degree students, they apply towards the end of their first year. For our double degree students, they apply towards the end of their second year. That is, however, the general rule. Students sometimes come in with credit from other universities or a TAFE, or they've done advanced units in school. That will change the picture. So what we do is we offer a service where every student gets course mapped, where we can tell them where they will be able to fit it in.
How many students are there usually within an IT group on average?
When they're doing teamwork? Okay, so it varies quite dramatically, but somewhere between 3 and 5. We think 4 is an ideal number. 5, sometimes students can hide within that, but we are very fussed about ensuring that all our students work in a group, and in our faculty, we have systems like peer assessments to ensure that everyone is treated fairly in a group. Okay, so good question. If there are any postgraduates in the room, this program is only available to our undergraduates because of the time it takes to organize. It doesn't fit in within a postgraduate degree. However, about, I think 3 or 4 years ago, we have got a postgraduate industry experience capstone program that each and every one of our students who's not doing research does, and that is with industry as well. So it's not a placement, but they develop a system and industry come in and mentor them through it. Any other questions? You're welcome to come and see me. I'll be waiting, here unless there's another presentation. But thank you so much to each and every one of you for coming. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you at our faculty at some time in the future. Thank you so much.